Welcome back. In Northwest news, a Washington-based soldier who died over the weekend had been stabbed in the heart. Prosecutors said in charging documents today that an autopsy determined that Specialist Tevin Geikie suffered a deep stab wound to his chest that cut through a rib and plunged through his heart. Prosecutors charged Jeremiah Hill with first-degree murder, saying he attacked Geikie just as a verbal confrontation between two groups was de-escalating. Authorities also charged Cedarium Johnson and Ajoni Runyon Bareford with rendering criminal assistance, saying they aided in disposing of the murder weapon. The suspects and victim in the case were all soldiers at Joint Base Lewis McChord. The soldiers charged in the case are scheduled to make their first court appearance today in Pierce County Superior Court. There may have been some trash talk between a car full of black soldiers and 3 white soldiers on foot, but race was not the main issue in the weekend stabbing death of a soldier near a large Army base in Washington, according to police and prosecutors. The Washington State Employment Security Department is furloughing or reducing hours for about half its employees because of the federal government shutdown. The Seattle Times reported this morning that 418 state employees will be furloughed and another 450 will work reduced hours. The department, which gets 80% of its funding from the federal government, is using state dollars to pay the staff needed to process unemployment claims. Spokesman Cheryl Hutchison said the department furloughed managers, human resource staff, and fraud investigators, among others. She says that while Congress is likely to authorize back pay for furloughed federal employees, it appears unlikely to happen for state workers. Trial has begun in Chehalis for a man accused of killing an elderly couple in 1985 in Lewis County and hiding until last year in Alaska. The Chronicle newspaper reports the jury was selected yesterday for the trial of 54-year-old Rick Riffey, originally from Mossy Rock. He's charged with burglary, robbery, kidnapping, and 2 counts of murder in the deaths of 81-year-old Ed Morin and 83-year-old Minnie Morin of Lewis County. Lewis County authorities say Rick and his brother John abducted the couple from their home in Ethel, forced them to withdraw money from the bank, then later shot them and left their bodies on a logging road. When investigators traveled to King Salmon, Alaska to arrest Riffey in July 2012, they found that John Riffey had died of a medical condition. Here is some good news. 3 Americans were awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovering how key substances are transported within cells. Here with the story is the Associated Press.
For 2 Americans who share the Nobel Prize in Medicine, the news came in similar fashion.
I was asleep, okay? Now, in past years, I have not been asleep on such occasions, but the calls didn't arrive. As a result, I gave up. I went to sleep very nicely.
Phone rang at 1:30 this morning. I was dead asleep. I heard sort of a vague noise. I heard Nancy yell out, "This is it, this is it." I jumped up. My heart was pounding.
James Rothman of Yale and Randy Scheckman of the University of California, Berkeley received the honor, along with Thomas Sudoff of Stanford, a German citizen. The men illuminated how tiny bubbles inside cells shuttle key substances around like a vast and highly efficient fleet of vans. They deliver the right cargo to the right place at the right time. Scientists believe the research could eventually lead to new medicines for epilepsy, diabetes, and other metabolism deficiencies. Rothman noted that he began his career when federal funding for scientific research was strong.
I had 5 years of failure, really, and before I had the first initial sign of success, and I'd like to think that that kind of support existed today, but I think there's less of it.
He called the lack of funding a pressing national issue. The 3 winners will share $1.2 million in prize money. Matt Friedman, Associated Press.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.